So I've now completed the first section of the Master Gardener program, and that was botany. The learning objectives were to be able to classify plants by their life cycle, annual, biennial and perennial, be able to classify plants by their class, Gymnosperm, Angiosperm, Monocot and Dicot, become familiar with the binomial system of plant nomenclature, understand the structure of seeds and the germination process, be able to identify plant parts, roots, stems, buds, leaves, flowers and fruits, and describe their functions, differentiate between xylem and phloem structures and functions, understand the process of photosynthesis, respiration and transpiration in plants, and describe how the environment, light, temperature and water affect plant growth. One of the really good things that the course did was provide what they call a worksheet at the start of each section. And what I'm going to use this sheet for in the future is to test my knowledge before actually taking the course. So I'll give you some examples of some of the questions on this worksheet. Water and dissolved solutes move upward in the xylem of the plant due to osmosis, transpiration, root pressure, or all of the above. Tree roots can grow only to the tree's drip line, 50 feet beyond the foliage drip line, 100 feet beyond the foliage drip line, or often to at least 3 times the diameter of the foliage drip line. The rare form of leaf venation, in which veins extend for a distance, then branch forming a Y-type pattern, is called netted venation, dichotomous venation, parallel venation, or pinnate netted venation. A flower that includes both sexes, at least one male stamen and at least one female pistil, is called imperfect, staminate, pistillate, or perfect. Which plant process uses about 90% of the water that enters through the plant's roots? Respiration, photosynthesis, oxidation, or transpiration? The X in Taxus X media denotes that this species is a cultivar, a trademarked plant, a variety, or a botanical hybrid. So how many of those questions would you have got right, do you think? I've got to admit that I did not get 100%, which is obviously why I needed to learn botany. So the next question, after having completed that first section, and I'm going to ask this question each time, is so how can I apply this knowledge to my gardening? In the case of botany, I think it's fairly foundational and fundamental. So understanding plant transpiration and water use efficiency can help in implementing precision watering techniques to reduce water stress and disease. Instead of just hosing down leaves, focus water at the base of the plant in the morning. Understanding stomata function tells you that watering foliage can encourage fungal bacterial growth, and that evening watering limits the plant's ability to dry out, increasing disease risk. Efficient root zone watering reduces water loss through the leaves. An understanding of plant structure helps you identify the difference between prickles, thorns, and spines, for example. Rose thorns are actually classified as prickles because they are outgrowths of the plant's outer layer of skin, the epidermis, and contain no vascular tissue, allowing them to be detached easily without harming the plant's internal structure. In contrast, true thorns are modified stems or branches, while spines are modified leaves or stipules, both of which contain vascular bundles. So the next section of the Master Garden program is soils and fertilizers.